Om Namah Shivaya. Hi everybody. Hello from Madrid. Um, I am here to do this video in English, even though English is not my mother tongue. My mother tongue is Spanish. But many have requested me to do this video. So I'm going to do it for all of you who are right now observing this big drama in the Ashtanga community. And if you don't know about it, please go to Reddit to Ashtanga and you're going to see a lot of comments, and you're going to also see my article that I wrote because I was in the Sharat Yoga Center last February. And I think that I was under a huge mass delusion after the passing of our dearest and beloved Guru Sharat Joyce last November. So the last day of my practice in the Sharat Yoga Center, I was injured by one of the newly certified teachers. There were several teachers that were certified by we don't know who, by we, in this last month of the season. And my article was regarding that, regarding the lack of merits of these 4 colleagues. I don't include Todd Botman because I do feel we all feel happy for Todd. He's been a wonderful and incredible teacher for so many days. He has so much devotion, and he's totally deserving of it. It was the certifications that were granted after that. And I have been receiving a lot of messages of support, including certified teachers by Patavi Joyce and certified teachers by Sharaji, that are also not agreeing with whoever we is parameters or qualifications on. And please don't tell me that this we is the secretary of the center, Usha, and the wife of the of our beloved teacher, Shruti, because they don't have the practices and they don't have the experience to certify a teacher in advanced practice. I'm also speaking here from experience because I was there with some of my colleagues and we had no one to help us in the past years. Personally, I am doing Sharaji Move Me into 4 series all the way into Marichasana F. And I asked these newly certified teachers for help, and they could not help me because they're not doing the practice itself. So I also have the question, who would have helped us move forward in the practice if these certified teachers, empty certified teachers, don't know the series, have never done it? And part of the advanced certification, like a colleague of mine was saying now in this podcast, was a completion of the curriculum. And I know this very well because I am a lawyer and I have 3 master's degree, and you would not get the master's degree unless you have accomplished your thesis, unless you have presented your thesis. And your Ashtanga community, for those of you who don't know about this, there are 6 series. Our Guruji Sharat Joyce accomplished them all. He was the only practitioner in the world who finished them with his grandfather. So he had the experience, he had the practice, he had the knowledge. He was a true embodiment of Vidya, of knowledge. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm becoming in this moment the voice of the non-celebrities, of the non-Ashtanga gods. I'm becoming the voice of the people, of those of us who also have more than 20 years of practice under our Guruji. And we are very distraught by what happened in the Sharat Yoga Center in February 2025. So in my article, I already asked these we people that certified these 4 colleagues to identify themselves, to bring forward their acumens, to be able to distinguish what an advanced practice is. And this was one of my requests, which was met with silence. I also wrote the Sharat Yoga Center 3 times to report I was injured by one of these newly certified teachers. I don't want to say the name yet, but if you want to know, please write me and I will tell you, because I don't want this person to keep hurting people under a certification that is empty. The Sharat Yoga Center is not answering me, and as a lawyer, I take this very seriously. And the responses of the wife of Sharat have been very, let's say, confusing. And I don't blame her because, of course, she's under extreme pressure. But I do believe that her decisions, if she was part of this weak committee, were not the best for the community. Many of us, we feel injury on top of injury for what happened. Because these practitioners were not advanced. These practitioners had been there for long, that's true. But they are not advanced, and the proof is my injury. This person torqued my spine in a way my teacher would have been so angry at him. He would have been so scolded, because I am going through deep, deep pain, and this happened on February 25th, and it's been more than 2 weeks, and I am not getting any better. I'm thinking of taking legal action. That's what I'm thinking, because I am a lawyer. Thank God. I was also ambassador of my country, Costa Rica, to India for 2 years, so I know the culture, for those of you who don't think I do, and I am married to an Indian for 8 years, so I have an Indian family. I know a bit of the culture. I'm not a regular foreigner. I am an OCI also, an overseas citizen of India. So this means I understand that the figure of the Guru and the transmission of knowledge is the most important thing in the parampara. These people that were certified do not have the knowledge that we look for in a certified teacher. And the certified teachers who have been writing me with messages of support, those who were certified before the 11th of November of 2024 by my Sharaji, these are people we respect. These are voices we respect. Many of them have been writing me. I respect them. I listen to them. I know they have sweat themselves into the advanced series. They have finished the curriculum, as this colleague was saying in this podcast. Of course, the advanced certification is an accomplishment. It's not for everybody because they're very nice or they're very good in social media or they're buying likes. It's not for everybody. So the question here is beyond that. The question is about the credibility of the Sharat Yoga Center right now, and also on the accountability of the Sharat Yoga Center. How can they issue authorizations and certifications without the proper knowledge, without having practices, without knowing what is happening? Is this something that has been maneuvered? We don't know. That's why we want a public statement from the Sharat Yoga Center. Can you believe that I asked the Sharat Yoga Center for the CCTV so I can move on with my case? They don't have CCTV, and that's a huge illegality in India. Any public institution should have CCTV for the protection of the students. So many things are surfacing, and if you want to know more about this, please go to Reddit. You're going to see a whole discussion. I was there specifically when they posted my article answering questions because, like I said before, I don't have anything invested in here except protecting the lineage and the memory of my guru. Because I'm not part of that school anymore. I left. I don't want to be there in this confusion, in this bias, in this murky water. I don't want to be there. Transmission is something in India that we consider precious. Is Saraswati. Saraswati is the light of knowledge. And if there's some murkiness there, if there is someone that is proclaiming themselves as the heir of the lineage, when Sharaji did not say anything about this, that's a huge mistake. Basically, the school has no one. There has no leadership right now. And if someone is proclaiming herself the leader of the school without the proper qualifications or practice, because nor the wife nor the secretary have any of that, that's a huge mistake. And if they are granting the certifications, it's a bigger mistake. So, as an authorized teacher by my Guruji in 2009, I have already requested my colleagues, David Robson, Tim Feldman. I'm going to request Susanna also in Italy and Susan in Canada to please relinquish your certifications so we can restore some of the integrity of the school. And this is going to be a huge implementation of Aparigraha, which is the third yama, which is non-attachment. Yes. And also of Asteya, of non-stealing, not stealing something in the turmoil after the passing of my Guruji. And I think if any of these teachers relinquish their certification, understanding that they have damaged the community with this acceptance, saying, oh, I don't know what they gave it to me, I was so surprised, because I just heard that in a podcast. I tell you, that's beyond me, that someone can be so indifferent to the pain of the community, not only because we loved our Guruji and we knew his level, but because accepting this means you're part of the mess. So I request you, Susan Hounsell, Susanna Finocchi, Tim Feldman, David Robson, please relinquish your certification. Todd, please keep yours because you deserve it. You are a teacher from the heart. In that shala, I could not get adjusted by any of these teachers. Actually, they came to me and they would say, no, we don't do that posture. One of my colleagues was saying, who's going to teach me the last 3 postures of third series? They don't do it. The only people that I could trust in that shala was Lucia Andrade and Arne Spegel from Mexico, and they both left, and that was the day that I was injured. So this is just to clarify that the waters are very murky, and tomorrow is a huge lunar eclipse, but I'm not gonna shut up. I'm sorry, because I am a lawyer and I can see through this. There's a lot of diverting on that Taylor Hunt podcast that I just listened to. It's like brushing things under the carpet and saying, yeah, in my times when I got the certification. That has nothing to do with the point. The point is certifications hurt the community. Her certifications, these last 4 certifications hurt the community. They could have been granted another type of certification, certification of support to the family, certification of friendship with the wife, certification of connection and authorization with the secretary. Yes, and they sign it. But not a true certification from an institution that was the work and effort of my Guruji for 35 years. And he showed us the level. That's why I can tell you I am in 4 series. I know how hard I worked for that. And I would have never asked for a certification from who knows who. My certification's hope died with him, and I don't care about certification. I miss him a lot. We're all grieving, and these undeserved certifications put salt in our wound. And I'm not speaking only for myself, I'm speaking for many silent ones. We have been silent for many years, and now is the time to come forward. I am not afraid because I'm protecting the truth. I am there. I was injured. I am injured. I cannot practice. I'm going to have to take the legal actions. But in the very remote case that my 4 colleagues, the 2 Susans, Tim and David, want to restore some of the credibility and the reputation of my school, please relinquish your certifications. Have them return you the 15,000 euros you paid for that, because this is a source from one of you who got certified. And please tell Shruti, which is also a source who granted those certifications, to revoke them. And maybe then we can go public and speak about integrity and speak about the pain in the community and how you all hurt us. You all hurt us because you don't deserve that. And you may tell me, oh, yes, we have dedicated our lives to that. Yeah, many of us have dedicated our lives to that, not only you. Why should you be put in a place that doesn't belong to you? You tell me. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for David Robson's response. I'm waiting for Tim's response. I'm going to write Susan and Susanna in Italy right now. And I do hope, because my voice is not mine anymore, it's the voice of many around the world that are writing me and saying, good for you, go ahead, don't be scared, we're praying for you. I'm speaking in their name also. We are full of indignation for what happened in the school. And me, even more, because I was injured by one of these fake certified teachers. That's the description. So revoke, revoke, revoke. Resign, resign, resign. Relinquish, relinquish, relinquish. Please, if you love the community, if you want to bring some knowledge to the school, if you want to help Shruti, the wife, make logical decisions. She did not make a good decision. Please tell her, here, back. We don't deserve this. You keep it. We care more about the community than about these papers. These papers are hurting many around the world. And this is the way you can help her grow and mature. But I cannot support Shruti being the heir of the parampara. In this moment, Saraswati, Sharat's mother, and Manju, Sharat's uncle, are the bearers of the torch because they're part of the family. Shruti is not part of the family. Shruti does not have a practice, and the children are too young, and they don't practice either. So we have to be clear, and some people say that I bring my academic point of view. Yes, I am an academic. I am a lawyer. I like facts. The fact is, in the Sharat Yoga Center in February, fake certificates were given in return for a lot of money. I don't know who has 15,000 euros. It's like the price of a car. So maybe we have to ask ourselves if the certificates were not bought without any merit. That's the first question. Second, I was injured by one of these male teachers who do not do the postures, and they say that they can adjust them. That's not what our Guruji taught us. Our Guruji taught us to adjust only what we are doing, because I assisted him 3 times in the Shala, and he was very strict with us. And third, in the name of the community and many silent voices around the world, I request these 4 teachers to relinquish their certification so we can restore our school, because there's a huge crack in our school right now in the reputation and prestige of the school. And that is the work of my Guruji. And this is his legacy. And personally, to me, I feel responsible because I loved him and I respected him. And this has also been my life for the past 23 years that I have been going to Mysore. So I'm here. Please invite me to any podcast that you like, to any videos, to any rivers. I'm here. I'm here to speak for many of us who feel injured on top of the injury of the loss of a teacher. And I am not afraid because I know I am protecting the Dharma. The Dharma is that he had certain qualifications. And the minimum was that the teacher had finished the curriculum of the advanced A series, 3rd series, and was started on the 4th. That was the base. Of course, personality and many other things were also ingredients. But the basic minimum was that. Because otherwise, how can we look forward to these teachers? How can we look up to them? They don't have authority to help us, advanced practitioners in the Shala. That's why I'm not part of the Shala anymore. I cannot find help in these people who don't deserve what they got. Please relinquish them and bring some integrity. Restore the reputation, the prestige, the seriousness of our school. And you should not have accepted a certificate that came from the secretary or the wife. You know, that's not okay. That's kind of like condoning their authority. And they are not the heirs of the lineage. They cannot be. They have not practiced ever. it's so logical. Anything else seems irrational right now. So from Madrid, with the pain in my back, I'm here. I'm here to answer your inquiries. I'm here to tell you who injured me privately. And I hope I don't have to go public about who injured me, because I already wrote him, and I hope he apologizes in public and he relinquishes his certification, and things will be fine. I'll deal with my back pain for whatever, and I won't take any further actions. I don't know. Thank God he gave me a degree in law and 3 more, so I can really understand the implications of the seriousness of what happened in that shala. And thank God it happened to me, so no one else will get injured in that shala, not only injured physically like I did in a very clumsy adjustment, but spiritually, which were also very hurt by injustice, by traffic of influences. And some people lie in front of everybody, and they think we believe them, and we don't. We have known you for many, many years, and we know your maneuvering. So please don't try to portray yourselves as saints, and because we know who you are. And yes, we also have to bear with darkness in the school, and we had to bear in life with darkness. But I'm addressing these points because I want to be completely clear and to tell you that I have no further interest but to protect the memory of my Guruji, because he worked so hard for it. And he's with me, I know that. And he's with all of us who also have been quiet and silenced for many years by these yoga celebrities, these Ashtanga gods. Namaste.